Hi there, it's Alan here from Linn in Glasgow. Joining me today is Gilad Tifenbrun, CEO of Linn products. Today we've been doing our official launch for these fabulous new 360 loudspeakers. And I really just wanted to get a little bit of kind of input from you, Gilad, on how Linn's doing, where you've been, where you're going, just a bit of an overview.
I'd be delighted to. It's an absolute pleasure to work with Loud and Clear. I love working with you guys. Coming along today for this Linn 360 loudspeaker launch, the quality, the sound that you get in this space is just fantastic. You really show our products off in the best possible light. And so I've just had a smile on my face from came in here and heard how great a sound that you were making.
I mean, really, at the end of the day, that's what we're all about. And I know that's what you're all about. It's really about inspiring people. And it's really giving them the insight on this is how music can really sound. So today for us is a bit of a kind of halo event. We've had a number of customers through the door, some with more modest systems, some with reference systems. But I think universally everyone, as you said, they're left with a smile on their face, which is really the name of the game, isn't it?
It is. It is. For me, launching a product like the 360, it's an inspiration to the people at Linn as well, because it gives everybody in the company something new to aim for. And as we were saying today, the differences are getting bigger now with the products that we're launching, which...
What do you mean by that?
Well, it's counterintuitive. People think, sometimes they say, oh, hi-fi, it's the law of diminishing returns. You know, you spend more and you don't get much better. But it's actually the opposite, because now we're revealing more and more of the tiny details that give realism to the music.
Yeah.
As technology gets better, we're getting ever closer to what real music sounds like, and therefore the emotional impact is that much higher. The differences are now much bigger, because you're getting a connection with artists that you didn't even think was possible.
Yeah, sure. Absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
So it's a landmark year for us. It's our 50th anniversary year. As you know, you, along with a few select others, were invited to the Linn factory back on March 27th for the launch of the 360 loudspeakers.
What to do.
It was a big, big event.
It was, absolutely.
And we had a great day and a chance to interact with you and our other best business partners from around the world. And the community atmosphere there was fantastic between the different dealers from all over the world that came into Glasgow just for the day, which was amazing.
Yeah, absolutely.
And
it was a pretty mean party afterwards as well, I must say.
It was. And one of the first things that George said to me when I walked in here was, he said, I think we're making a better sound in here than you made at the Linn factory. Mm-hmm. Is that possible? I said, I think that's highly likely.
Okay.
Because the Linn factory is a factory. It's not a home environment. It's an industrial building. Yeah. So we make the best sound we can in that setting. And of course, we've got all the sort of laboratory conditions to test everything, measure everything accurately. But it isn't going to shine. A product like this isn't really going to shine until it's in someone's home, until it's in an environment like this, which is beautifully furnished. Yeah. And it's a livable environment. And our products are made to be played, made to be lived with, made to be enjoyed. Yeah. And so that's what we got today. We've got them really singing, got the system sounding absolutely fantastic.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, certainly from our perspective, it's great working with a hi-fi company that realizes that most systems live in the real world. Not everyone is sitting in a perfect audiophile listening space. And certainly some of the software attributes that come with the product allow you to really dial a system into a particular space. It allows you to address some of the issues that we come across from an install point of view, but also we're quite fortunate this is a good sounding room in the first place. Mm-hmm. Yeah, even so, adding space optimization and some of the new software really brings out the beauty of the sound.
So the 360s, they have the space optimization, and the other core Linn speaker technology they're based on is our exact technology, which is what time aligns the frequencies so the music arrives at your ear at the right time, just like real music would or does. Yeah. So we have space optimization, we have exact, and then we have some other very cool new technologies in this speaker that have taken our flagship to another level.
You want to give us a few selected highlights then of the sort of main technology in the speaker then?
Well, if I can, I'll start with the 350, our previous flagship, which when we launched it back in 05, we were really trying to persuade people.
Right, is that 05?
Yeah, it's the
Goodness me. Wow, okay, right, yeah.
and we were one of the first to introduce a complete system in a loudspeaker, and an integrated active proposition that at the time we were having to sort of persuade people that you could have performance and simplicity in one package.
Sure.
People really would just associate that with a separate system, but some people don't want or can't afford or don't have the space for a separate system. And we wanted to show back then with the 350 that it was possible to have a really fantastic sounding integrated speaker. What we also proved over the subsequent years is that we designed that speaker in a modular, upgradable way, just like we do with all our products. Now, that wasn't immediately apparent to people because they just saw, well, everything's in the speaker. Yeah. Of course, over those 18 years, we've introduced a whole number of upgrades to the 350. So we showed that just through the module and the way that the speaker's constructed, we're able to upgrade the DACs, which we did to Catalyst and to Organic even more recently. That we've upgraded the amps, we've upgraded the drive units, and we've upgraded almost every part of the 350 over its lifetime. So I think we've now proven that you can have both the simplicity of an integrated speaker and the upgradability that you'd expect from a separate system.
And that journey aspect is really relevant. We always talk about people's music systems being, you're starting on a journey. So it's great to have that upgradability, and also to believe that you're the supplier of your product isn't just selling you a box. What they're doing is they're giving you a box, but they're also continuing to develop that and give you opportunities to upgrade it and update it and bring it up to modern spec. So I think that's a positive thing.
And the 360 will be no different. We'll continue to upgrade it in the years ahead.
Sure.
The major changes, though, we had to move to completely new platforms. The 350 ultimately, reached the limit of what it was capable of. And at that point, we take all the learnings of the 350 and put them into a brand new product, which is a 360. Most obviously, you see it's a completely new cabinet design. It's completely new drive units. It's completely new electronics.
Absolutely.
It's completely new software. So it's new everything.
Yeah.
In summary.
Absolutely, yeah.
But it takes all these learnings and puts them into this new package. And most visibly, it's this curvature of the cabinet, and it curves in multiple dimensions. There's no flat surfaces on the front fascia at all of the speaker, but you'll also see it tapers, and the curve tapers in that matches the drive units, and that geometry of the speaker gives it this incredible dispersion characteristic, which, aside from anything else, means it sounds fantastic anywhere in the room.
I mean, that was something that we saw today in our early listening session, really sitting quite far notionally off axis. You were still getting a really wide and open soundstage.
That's it.
Which is really relevant to modern living, where not everybody has the luxury of having the perfect equilateral triangle to put the speakers in.
Right.
So having that kind of off axis response is a really positive thing.
And in some of the machining on this, which is now all done in-house, so if you look at the trim pieces, they're actually very complex machine shapes that join up with the curvature of the front baffle of the loudspeaker. And that continuity and having the drive units positioned right up front on the baffle is really crucial for how you experience the sound of the speaker.
Okay.
The hard materials of the drive units, which are all matched, give incredibly low distortion. And at the crossover points, the distortion is dropped way, way down compared to anything we've done before. And so the clarity that you're getting from the speaker, from everything you hear, is, well, that's what people were remarking on in the demonstration today.
Yeah, absolutely.
And what's really apparent to me with this speaker is there can be really loud parts, really loud instruments and quiet instruments playing simultaneously in a track. But you could quite easily follow either of them.
Yeah.
And you could quite easily have a quiet conversation with your neighbour during very loud music because the distortion is so low.
Yeah.
So that's quite an obvious characteristic of this product, is just how low the distortion is when you're listening to it.
I've really noticed that as well, having had the luxury of living with them now for about 3 weeks. The lack of fatigue in terms of listening, you just keep on digging out another record or playing another track. You've got none of that. I've been playing loud music. I'm just full. I'm going to, finish now. And there's just that ability to just kind of keep listening.
One of the things that I've really loved about going out and demonstrating this product is that that whoever's listening to it and whatever track they play, they're hearing that track at the highest quality they've ever heard it in their life. And they're getting some new revelation about that piece of music. And that's what you're hearing people remark upon. The chap before who said he's never heard the high frequencies in that track sound so clear before. Yeah. Or as I said about the Nick Cave track, never heard Nick Cave sound so Nick Cavey before, so light Nick Cave. And when you get that revelation, that's the real payoff for having a fantastic hi-fi system. It's that once you get that, you want to listen to every record you own again. That's the beauty of it for me.
Okay, that's great. Thank you very much, Gilad.